Hey everyone, it's the Slick Cuber. Today, I'm going to be unboxing the Weilong GTS3M, and I'm going to give you guys my first impressions. So the Weilong GTS3M is the new 3x3 just released by Moyu. I just got this bad boy in the mail, so I'm really excited to open it. There was a little bit of plastic around the outside that I took off instinctively before remembering that I actually film these things now, so just pretend that I'm opening plastic. Wow.
Wow.
So underneath that wonderful plastic is this black box with gold lettering. It's kind of shiny, kind of cool. It's got this little flap that opens up. Let's go ahead and open this box up. Inside we see the cube. It looks like it's on some kind of stand or something. Yep, it's on some sort of stand. Let's put that off to the side. Also comes with this little box, and that's all that's in the black box. Let's see what's in here. There's probably gonna be extra springs, extra magnets, that kind of thing. So we have, yep, the extra magnets. Ooh, wow, these are, I can already tell these are very strong magnets. It actually takes some force to get this off the screwdriver, wow.
Wow.
The standard Moyu screwdriver, I think I have like 5 of these now. We have the Moyu tensioning tools that have been around for a little while that make it really easy to make sure your tensions are all perfectly the same. We have this, which goes with the new tensioning system. We'll take a look at that later. We have some pamphlets. This tells you how to put the stand together. Here we have a couple cards. 1 card, 2 cards. And I'm not sure what this is, but I'm sure we'll figure it out later. Here we have the cube itself. Let's go ahead and take it out of this case here. Love the feel of the ridges. So we got this piece, and then we have this piece down here, which I cannot seem to get off. There we go. So yeah, just kind of sits on the stand. Kind of a cool little stand. Wow.
Wow.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cube. I think the main difference with this cube on any other 3x3s are these ridges along the side. Now this is something that I've only seen on the Megaminx I have. I have right now the X-Man sculpted Megaminx, the V2, the magnetic one, and the ridges really help with grip on the Megaminx, but the Megaminx have really small pieces, so it makes sense for that one. I was surprised to see that they were putting ridges on this one, but honestly, feeling it right now, I can barely even feel them, even when I'm like sitting here trying to feel where they are. So I feel like this is something where if you like them, you know, it's great. If you don't like them, you probably won't even notice them. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the shades on this thing. I'm gonna compare it to my GTS2 that I have right here. So whites are obviously the same. The blues, looks like the blue on this one is quite a bit darker. The yellow is a little bit more yellow, whereas on the GTS2 it's a little bit more gold. The greens are about the same. The oranges maybe a little bit darker on this new GTS3, and the red is definitely darker on the GTS3. It also looks like it's a little bigger than the GTS2. It might just be because of the ridges. Actually, I'm fairly certain it is because of the ridges. It makes it a little bit bigger. Like most Moyu cubes, it feels very dry right out of the box, but okay, let's go ahead and give this thing some first turns. Yeah, it's very dry, it's very loose. Yeah. Yeah, it's very loose, it's very dry. It feels pretty solid though. I like the feeling of the plastic. The ridges, I don't know about yet. This is gonna take some solving. I think it's gonna take some getting used to. I feel like after like 50 or 100 solves, I'm not even gonna notice them anymore. They didn't really affect my turning or anything. I would say the main thing is this cube, like most Moyu cubes, is just so dry. I mean, I don't know. I'd go as far as saying this is the driest cube I've ever felt in my life. You can almost even hear it. I don't know if that sounds dry, but it's very dry and it's very, very loose. I'll show you guys just how insanely loose this thing is. I'm gonna do one flick like I usually do, which is usually just one turn, and I'll show you guys how far this thing goes. It's almost a U2 flick. That one was a U2 flick. I'm barely flicking this at all. This is my normal flick strength. If we get my GTS2 out here, I'm gonna do my normal flick strength on this. Perfect. Maybe a little bit over, but the magnets snap it right back to place. Now if I take this GTS3 and I do that same flick on it again, look at that, 1.5. That one was a full U2 flick. This thing is just so incredibly loose. So the first thing I'm definitely gonna do is tension it. So let's go ahead and look at that new tensioning system because I'm definitely gonna be using it. All right, so there is the new tensioning system. Wow.
Wow.
You can see this little blue part right here fits in with the key right here. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we have 7 little grooves going along the outside, and then the 8th one will reset it. So all you have to do is you take this little key and you plug it in right here, or you find where these little tiny grooves go on the key, and then you just click it. And you can hear a very audible click. Because this was so loose for me, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and tighten it as much as I can without resetting it. And let's go ahead and try these flicks again. Oh, much better. I still have to flick a little bit lighter than I usual. I still have to flick a little bit lighter than what I'm used to. However, I'm sure some Traxxas 30K, or honestly, I'll probably just go ahead and put 50K in this right away. I'm sure that will slow it down and make it a lot better. But already, yeah, that's a lot better. I like that a lot better than this. Here, you can see this almost doing a U2 flick again. If I do that same strength over here, it goes a little bit over 1, but not as insane as the other one. So we'll put some slow lube in there to slow that down. Let's go ahead and look at the other internals in here. Let's get one of these pieces off. All right, so here we have one of the little edge pieces. You can see the ridge right there on the top gives a little bit of a height right there. The torpedo has this nice little double torpedo. You can see there's a little ridge in the middle of it there. That made it actually very hard to take it out. I had to kind of do it off camera because I had to struggle with it a little bit. Other than that, I don't see anything unusual about it. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the corners. So the corner, it looks like pretty standard corner, nothing too fancy. On the corner here, you see there's a little double groove right here. On the edge piece, there's just one right here. Everything else about this piece looks pretty standard, nothing too fancy. All right, so that's it for my first impressions. I'm gonna give this thing a couple hundred, maybe a few hundred solves, and then I'm gonna do a full review on how I feel about this cube once I have the tensions where I want it and once it's lubed and all that. Out of the box, I like it a lot. I don't mind the ridges at all. I actually think I might end up enjoying them a lot. It's way too fast, dry, and loose, kind of like the GTS3M that I just did an unboxing for. So I'm sure it'll benefit a lot from a good setup. Once I set this up how I want it to and do a bunch of solves, I will let you guys know how I feel about this cube. That review should be up next week at some point. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.